and welcome to the North edition of the Property Show. Buying property is your single biggest investment, so make it count with us on the Property Show. We are here to make sure you get the right information on locations, projects, developers, pricing, and a lot more. Call in with your real estate questions or drop in an email and we'll have Prop Equities Sameer Jasuja clear your doubts. Today on the Property Show, an estimated 2 lakh new apartments sized and priced lower for middle-income Gurgaon. That's the big takeaway from Haryana's new integrated licensing policy. Ready projects in developing Mohali in an investment of 40 lakhs. Gurgaon's Golf Course Extension Road and upcoming New Gurgaon region. A look at ready projects in 90 lakhs to 1.5 crores. Raheja developer slashes the price of his Sona project to just 2,500 rupees per square foot. Is this a sign of an impending price correction? The top 3 BHK deals picked out for you from Ghaziabad's Indirapuram in 1 crore. In Lucknow, within 50 lakhs, we'll find out which market makes the cut for investment returns. And on Citizens' Voice today, new residents of Gurgaon's developing sectors question why their neighborhood lack roads, water and waste treatment despite paying crores in external development charges. We'll look at micro markets of Mohali, Gurgaon and Jaipur in just a bit. But first, the Haryana government recently released a new licensing policy for high potential zones in the state. And developers are giving the new licensing norms a big thumbs up. According to real estate companies, the new policy is a game-changing move that gives developers a free hand to tailor their projects as per market needs. Developers expect this policy will reignite the slumped real estate sector of Gurgaon and other development hubs in Haryana. Let's understand the fine print of this policy. Just when we thought real estate in Gurgaon was saturated, Haryana's town planners deliver a masterstroke. Haryana's new integrated licensing policy has made every inch of land in hyper-potential zones like Gurgaon and Faridabad licensable for real estate. Every land parcel now has a transferable development right attached to it, and they have scrapped the distinction between plotted and group housing projects.
We wanted to simplify the whole thing. And we said now, if somebody opts for an integrated licensing policy for residential sectors, we'll only govern them by 2 factors. One is FAR, the second is density. They are free to go in for a project which is market driven, which meets the requirements of the local population.
Developers are applauding the new licensing policy as progressive.
So earlier what used to happen is that in one sector they would allow only 20% area as group housing, and in the balance area you had to assemble at least 100 acres of land to get a township license. As a result of which a lot of land was just lying fallow, which was in the urbanizable area but not getting urbanized because it would not qualify for these this criteria. But now in the new policy they recognize that the land is just lying unutilized, and there is an artificial scarcity of development rights or FSI or land, buildable land. So they've allowed transferable TDR, transferable development rights on each acre of land in Gurgaon, and they've said that you need to assemble at least 25 acres to be eligible to use that TDR or that FSI and build on it.
Effectively, the unutilized land parcels in the new developing sectors of 55 to 110 of Gurgaon get unlocked with this policy. And because developers can get a license for projects as small as 25 acres, they will be able to raise money easily. New players, more competition, and a better priced product.
Let us say only 200 acres per sector is lying unutilized, and the balance is already utilized in the form of licenses already given. So we are talking about 50 into 200, 10,000 acres of land. Assuming only 50% of that land comes through this policy, we are still talking about 5,000 acres, translates to about 2.5 lakh apartments and a huge amount of supply. I think this is going to be really good for the middle class buyers of Gurgaon.
Density and FAR norms have also been changed with an intent to rationalize house prices.
Now here under this policy, the land which is beyond the 20% cap is what is on which this policy is applicable. So over there it's one FAR with a 250 persons per acre density, which essentially would mean that a developer would be able to do a 1200 square foot average apartments, which tremendously, suddenly brings the ticket size within the reach of a buyer.
The TDR offering in Haryana's new integrated licensing policy also tackles the issue of unfair compensation for land acquired from farmers and the subsequent litigation that stalls roads. Farmers can obtain TDR certificates which contain an entitlement of FAR, and they can trade it with a colonizer or the government for a fair market price. Developers argue that the Haryana integrated licensing policy will in fact eclipse Delhi's land pooling policy, which is still locked in politics and years away from implementation. With Oinidam Ojha and camera person Sumi Deogam, Vasudha Sharma, NDTV. So this new integrated licensing policy that the Haryana government has released is going to end the artificial scarcity of land that has been created in Gurgaon because of the old licensing regime, and we expect 2 lakh new apartments to enter the market soon. Okay, let's begin our Q&As. We have Neeraj Sharma with us on the line. Neeraj, hi, where would you like to invest?
Hi, this is Neeraj. Yeah, I just had a query regarding some investment in Chandigarh, nearby Chandigarh locality.
Okay, and your budget is?
Yeah, my budget is around 30 to 40 lakhs.
Okay, 30 to 40 lakhs near Chandigarh. Samir, Mohali, is it for him?
Yes, our favorite destination in and around Chandigarh is definitely Mohali, given the fact that the kind of infrastructure initiatives that are being taken in and around that area are just unreal, and they have to translate now into a lot of economic activity. The first of them being the launch of the new integrated international airport in Mohali, which is on the lines of the T3 terminal, and there are many more things that are planned over there, like the Nanotechnology Institute, major IT companies like TCS, Quark, Dell having shifted in. There is a Habitat Center that is being planned, a knowledge city over 400 acres. So all in all great initiatives for this area, and the area is still quite affordable because of a huge amount of investor driven demand right now, and since investors are not there, it's reeling under lower prices. Luxury segment over here is at 3150 rupees a square foot, which is quite affordable. The inventory overhang is also safe for the mid to luxury segment, standing at 12 odd months. Price appreciation has been now about 9% over the last 2.5 year period on an annualized basis. Looking at the 3 choices that you can make, one is Tuscan Residency, trading between 25 and 2800 rupees, even lower than the weighted average price of the market. It's a G+2 storied independent floors, and we're talking about ready properties here. That was the requirement. So this project got ready in 2013. It has a proposal for a commercial project of 10 acres also within the township, and Tuscan Residency is close to the entrance of the TDI City 2, which is situated bang on the Kharar Banur Road. That's the micro market that we are recommending. Gilco Heights by Gilco Developers at 3500 rupees. This is a part of the Gilco Valley of 350 acres. Integrated township. Township has an operational Gilco International School, has excellent amenities like a 1.5 acre central park, 35 feet wide internal roads, pool, gym, clubhouse, etc. And lastly, we have Imperial Heights by WWIC Estates. This is a project that is getting ready next year. It's the only project that is not ready amongst the 3 shortlisted choices for you. It has very good amenities, including a full power backup, clubhouse, sports facilities. This is a small project over 6 acres with 10 towers of S plus 11 stories, and it has an excellent location as well, bang on the Kharar Banur Road as such.
Okay, so Kharar Banur Road in Mohali, this is that speedway which runs along the periphery of Mohali and has sectors like 99 to 116 and 127 developing around it. As Samir said, the new integrated international airport in Mohali is going to be the big driver which will take this market forward from its current lows. This airport is around 5 times of its old capacity, and like Samir said, several investment projects like the Nanotech Institute, a World Trade Center, Knowledge City are being planned here, but work on all of those fronts has been a little slow according to local developers. Those are the projects we are recommending for you. Tuscan Residency by TDI Group, it's a ready project. You can look at Gilco Heights by Gilco Developers, another ready project, and Imperial Heights by WWIC Estates, getting ready in 2016. Now with us, Ketan Narang. Hi Ketan, how can we help you?
Yeah, hi. So I'm looking to buy a property in Gurgaon. So my budget is 1.5 CR, including everything. The main criteria is like the project should be ready to move in, or 6 months time frame. And location should not be a secluded location. It should be a developed locality in Gurgaon. So the project which I saw, was coming this range was Orchid Island in Sector 51, and a few projects in Golf Course Extension Road, like there was Irios Kion and there was Heritage One. So I just need, what I should do, because, as a Gurgaon market, I don't see there's much of, a dip in prices, and as well as I'm a little concerned about some project quality, so I just need your inputs on that.
Okay, so 1.5 crores. Samir, the two projects that he's talking about, are these two projects in the developed parts of Gurgaon, Golf Course Extension Road? Are these good, strategically located?
Yeah, they're reasonably all right. If you look at Orchid Island, it's a project that got ready in 2013. The only part is that this project has very limited amenities. So if you're okay with basic amenities only, it's a good project to go ahead with, trading between 8,100 and 9,000 rupees a square foot. It's a part of the 300-acre Mayfield Garden Township. Individually, the project is a gated community in 35 acres. It's got a great location with equidistance to both Sona Road and Golf Course Extension Road. It consists of only builder floors of G+2 structures, and 900 families have already shifted in over here. It's a well-inhabited society with international schools and hospitals in a proximity of 2 to 3 kilometers. If you were to look at the Skyon Irio, it's the only project that's going to get ready in 2016, because your requirement was that the project should get ready in the next 3 to 6 months at least, this project will get delayed and it will take about 1.5 years for it to get completed. So if that is not a concern, it's a good project to go ahead with. It's a part of, it's spread over 18 acres. It's a part of the Irio city of 500 odd acres. Project has modern amenities like clubhouse, swimming pool, children's play area, high-tech features, remote door unlock facilities, VRV air conditioning. So they're providing you a lot of amenities in the project, including good specifications. If you were to look at the weighted average price of the market, hasn't moved up tremendously over the last 1.5 to 2 years, 8,600 being the mid to luxury segments. Weighted average price for golf course extension with a price appreciation of about 9.5% on an annualized basis. And inventory overhang stands at about 19 odd months, thanks to no new launches coming through for a long period in this market. The two projects that we would like you to consider are Pioneer Park by Pioneer Urban, a project that got ready this year, available in the resale market. 76 acres of mixed land development is this project, and this is a part of it. It has 10 acres of more than green area for the total township, and proximity to the golf course road is a big plus. The other project is Parkview Spa Next by Bestech Group at 7,500. The project got ready in 2014 and available in the resale market. It's got good occupancy, located 500 meters off Sona Road and 2.5 kilometers from the Vatika City intersection. They're also offering you quite a few amenities like swimming pool, health facilities, clubhouse with amphitheater, convenience shopping, and rainwater harvesting.
All right, Samir, earlier on in the show, we looked at the new licensing policy in Haryana and how it plans to unlock so much land in all these sectors which is lying unutilized. New players will come in, a lot of housing supply, prices could rationalize. Do you expect something like this happening? Will such a policy lead the revival of Gurgaon? Because currently we're talking about Golf Course Extension Road, 8,600 rupees per square foot, not affordable to everybody.
Sure. I think this is a step in the right direction by the government, only to keep in mind the price rationalization, and I think the other factor would be that it may lead to more end users coming in the market. But having said that, the kind of oversupply that has emerged in Gurgaon with a little bit of a shallow market, more and more supply coming in the market may also not spell very well. Developers will be very cautious of launching new projects even at lower rates, because the current projects pricing will also get impacted.
All right, Ketan, so on Golf Course Extension Road, we have two other recommendations that you could look at: Pioneer Park by Pioneer Urban, and also look at Bestech Group's Parkview Spa Next project. All right, developers seem to have finally bitten the bullet on prices, it seems. Raheja Developers has slashed the per square foot rate of his Sona project to 2,500 rupees per square foot. Is this a distress call? Is this the first sign of an impending industry-wide price correction? Oinitam Ojha finds out.
Will they, won't they? Is the question that was in our minds about when will developers take a haircut by slashing housing prices. Finally, a few of them have. The first to have swallowed the bitter pill and announced a price cut for their project in Sohna near Gurgaon in the NCR market is Raheja Developers. They announced the launch of Aranya City at a price of 2,500 rupees per square feet, about 30 to 35% lower than the existing rate in the location.
We just took a step that if you really want to bring back the market, somebody has to bring down the prices to a level which is close to the cost, very, very close to your actual cost, and then you start moving upwards. And let the market customers decide on the price.
Just do not rejoice yet. Not all developers seem to be in the mood yet to play ball.
Pricing strategies are different for every developer depending on their location, their spec of the product, and their expectation and their margins. I think that the price cut that may have been announced by one developer, I don't think will necessarily affect all the others. I think the customer today is very smart. They can see through all the, marketing gimmicks.
So far, most developers have steered clear of a direct price cut and instead showered customers with lucrative discounts and freebies. EMI subvention schemes with payment plans like 5:95 or 10:80:10 are some of the more popular ones, where the buyers pay a certain amount on booking and then is EMI free till possession.
I don't see any further price correction to happen, and it is visible now that post the rate cut by RBI, the buyer interest has come back in the market. The site visits are being reported across NCR has jumped up by 2 to 3 times. While I agree that the transaction cycle is moving a little slow, but buyer interest has come back.
Prop equity data shows unsold stock of residential units at a 5-year high at 2.13 lakh units in the NCR market.
There is currently a differential of almost about 15 to 20% between the primary and the secondary market. Right? I think that's a significant gap which the developers must essentially address if the market has to pick up velocity. So we must essentially get that gap bridged. Now, whether it happens in terms of attractive rate plan or in terms of a subvention plan or in terms of a straight rate cut, which the consumers are expecting, I think that is still yet to be seen.
Doshi Housing is yet another example of developer trimming prices by 25% for its project in Chennai. But these seem to be far and few between for all those potential customers to heave a sigh of relief. In New Delhi, Oinitam Ojha, NDTV.
All right, on that note, we'll take a short break on the North edition of the Property Show. Coming up next, we'll look at why it makes sense to buy in Greater Noida at the current price points. We'll also look at affordable home options in 50 lakhs in the city of Lucknow. And now on our screen, our new project tracker, and this week it's Expressions by Vatika in New Gurgaon.